It doesn't matter where you are, because everything is freedom. Even if you've ended up in prison, there's going to be some lives that are more challenging than others, and it's preferable to have a more peaceful life and a more easy life than one in a war zone. But in the end, the freedom is always here inside yourself. And yeah, it's preferable to be in a safer situation than a really awful situation. But on general, it doesn't really matter if you've ended up as a sweet cleaner or a lawyer. It only matters to the narrative that you're telling of yourself, and you only need to tell that narrative of yourself more than likely because you hate yourself. So your original self, like who you are before you get all these titles, there's some form of rejection and you feel not good enough, and so then you're like, okay, I have to be a lawyer in order to feel good about myself. The highest paid job to me is the ones where people lose themselves, like become present in it. So Sangharakshita, my old Buddhist teacher, he used to say that artists were like the highest evolved people. I'm not saying that's true, because I think you could be a lawyer and you could be totally in flow. But what he's pointing at is like forgetting yourself, playing the piece of music because you're playing the piece of music, or speaking about non-duality because you're speaking about non-duality. You're not speaking about non-duality because you're trying to be something or explain something or get something. You're not playing the piece of music because there's a goal at the end of it. You're playing it because you're playing it. You're writing because you're writing. The Buddha was homeless. The Buddha was a prince who lived in a castle and was going to go on to be king. And he walked out on his wife and his child, and then he became homeless for the rest of his life. Ramana Maharshi was homeless. And I just say that because we kind of like glorify that, but then we don't apply it to our lives. Like, why do you need to do all these things? If it's not creating flow, if it's not giving you that freedom, like if you're not totally one with it, then why do you do it?